And then at this point, I would like to announce that the chair is appointing Attorney Karen Jimeno as the General Counsel for the committee. Thank you, Attorney Karen, for accepting it. Well, the agenda for today is directly considering the complaint versus Senator Laila de Lima. Now, I'd like to start off by giving an appraisal of the chair, and this is in consultation with the General Counsel on the contents of the complaint. The gist or highlights of the complaint, because the members have already been given copies. I don't need to read the entire complaint into the records. So let me just go into the highlights. Based on the rules of the committee, the complaint must allege the nature of the alleged improper conduct or violation of law or any rule or regulation of the Senate, including, if possible, the specific provision of law and or rule of the Senate that was violated. Now, the complaint's allegations of improper conduct or violation are, and I said I will go directly to the highlights. Paragraph 7 alleges that Senator de Lima committed perjury or serious misrepresentation in her certificate of candidacy when she stated that she is of good moral character. Paragraph 8, Senator de Lima failed to uphold Section 1, Article 11 of the Constitution, which requires that officers and employees must be accountable to the people, serve them with utmost responsibility, integrity, loyalty, and efficiency, act with patriotism and justice, and lead modest lives. Now, again, continuation of paragraph 8, Senator de Lima's acts, allegedly, are tantamount to betrayal of public trust, gross misconduct, and serious negligence in the performance of official duties as a public officer. Now, based on the rules of the Senate, again, the violation of a law or any rule of the Senate must relate to the discharge of the senator's duties as a member of the Senate, or engaging in improper conduct which may reflect upon the Senate at any time after she has taken her oath of office. So it may be argued that the complaint's allegations relate to acts that do not relate to Senator de Lima's duties as senator, or the acts were committed before Senator de Lima took her oath of office. I'm stating the other side of the point. Based on the rules of the Ethics Committee also, the complaint must include a direct statement of the ultimate facts that constitute the alleged improper conduct, or a narration of facts that comprise the violation of law or any rule or regulation of the Senate or improper conduct. Now, the complaint's statement of facts that constitute the improper conduct are, they rely on paragraph 2 of the complaint. The basis of this complaint is the speech on August 17, 2016 of President Rodrigo R. Duterte accusing Senator de Lima of collecting money through her driver from the narco inmates at the National Penitentiary to finance her electoral campaign for a Senate seat in the May 9, 2016 elections. The information in paragraph 2 of the complaint may be considered as not within the personal knowledge of the complainant, Jesus. So, more or less, that is the assessment of the chair on the gist and the highlights of the complaint and the other side of the coin, so to speak. So, today we are supposed to decide on the form and substance of the complaint. So with that, I open the floor to any of the members who would like to speak. So with that, by the way, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Franklin Dirello. Yes, Senator Rivera's, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd just like to inquire if Senator De Lima was invited to attend our committee's hearing this morning.
No, we specifically did not invite her because it does not require, based on our rules, she's not required unless we have already decided on the form and substance, and if that we have already then we will submit or give her a copy for her to either answer or attend the hearing or whatever she pleases at that point. By the way, Rule 3 of our committee rules refers to the respondents. Well, it refers to the respondent. If a member of the committee asks her to respond, it is allowed. But at this point, the chair did not see it necessary to invite her because, as I said, we are here for today to decide on the form and substance of the complaint. Yes. For the record, precisely the reason the chair recognized the general counsel and gave the floor was to give the committee enlightenment on the rules. That is precisely the reason. Now,
because the record may sound as if he's making a ruling on this issue, so that's why I just recommendatory.
Of course not. Yes, recommendatory.
We all know that's an inaccurate statement, Mr. Chairman.
Senator Hontiveros.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 2 points. The first one, on a much earlier advice of our General Counsel, that if I heard correctly, that the committee may or may not give a copy of the complaint to the respondent until it is determined final by us. But I do recall in our organizational meeting, the committee, under the leadership of the chair, decided to give a copy to the respondent in order to enable her to prepare to respond if and when the committee calls upon her to do so. So I'd just like to seek a clarification from the chair on that. And secondly, I took reassurance from what the chair reiterated that as we decided in our organizational meeting, no copy of the complaint would yet be released to the public, even through the media. But I do recall, Mr. Chair, there was a tweeted photograph of the pages of the original complaint. I don't remember anymore whose tweet, and so I'm reassured now to hear from the chair that our decision in the organizational meeting stands, at hinihiling ko po yung aksyon ng chair na hindi na mauulit yung ganyang instance na yung isang desisyon natin tungkol sa confidentiality or public nature already of the complaint, whether in its original or final form as determined by the committee, should remain only within the knowledge of the committee and not yet released to the public until the committee says so. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I can assure the distinguished member of the committee that as far as the committee and the chair is concerned, we are not aware of any copy that was given the media, and any, as you said, a photograph of a tweet with a photograph definitely did not come from the committee. Perhaps it might have come from the respondent or the complainant himself. But I am not aware of such. So I assure you that we will preserve the confidentiality of any matter that we decide to be confidential. All right. Now, I overheard earlier the recommendation, or not really a recommendation, but an assessment of the rules of the General Counsel. she was mentioning something to the effect that we may opt, or the complainant may opt to amend or modify.
Mr. Chairman, that's
Yes,
under
Senator.
Section 17, paragraph B of our rules. The complainant may opt to amend or modify his complaint after the committee's initial determination of non-compliance with Section 11 of this rule, etc., etc.
I am in receipt from the committee secretary a note that the complainant was here earlier and that he submitted a supplemental amended complaint affidavit that is presented. It was presented to the committee secretary before we started the hearing. But however, as I am informed now, it is not notarized. So I advised the committee secretary not to accept the amended complaint until it is notarized. So we hold it in abeyance. But for the information of the committee, there is such action by parang inuunahan tayo ng complainant.
Parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
How many times do we allow the complainant to amend or modify the complaint?
That's a very good question, Senator Lacson. I have no answer. Perhaps the committee or the members of the committee may already assess kung paulit-ulit, let's say, nag-a-amend at wala naman laman yung amendment, perhaps, baka sa isa, dalawang amendment lang, we no longer should, unless merong something new or additional evidence is presented,